Well, in climate change awareness, when I was at school, there were these clubs that focus on climate change and environmental management that are called eco schools clubs. That is how I started being a climate change advocate, because they do different programs, be it cleanup campaigns, not only on cleanup on first Fridays of the month, but they do it consistently whenever they think there's need for a cleanup campaign, and also the afforestation and reforestation strategies. They invite us for maybe dialogues with Emma, where we talk about our issues. So these clubs motivated me into knowing more about climate change, because I've been noticing that it has been one of the factors that have been affecting us as children and almost everybody in the country. After witnessing Cyclone Idai, after witnessing Cyclone Freddy that recently happened, and different other climate hazards that have been showing up, that's stimulated the passion for me to enter into climate change and also be the voice that can be purported to everybody, so that the message is spread everywhere.
So what is your cry? Something that is within yourself. What do you want the world to do? What do you want Zimbabwe to do?
Okay, what I want Zimbabwe to do is that, first of all, let me start by saying the engagement of children into these issues. I've been talking about meaningful participation of children in these issues. The problem is that issues to do with climate change, they would be decided by, be it organizations, be it ministries, be it officials, any other institution that does about climate change. They develop the ideas and they come and present them to us and put us on the forefront after all has been done. The cry is that we should be involved from the grassroots levels, the planning, the consultations about issues to do with climate change, up until to the point where we execute these plans. For example, when policies are done and drafted, they should not only be the elderly being there drafting policies on behalf of children. The children should be there and also giving their side of view of what they want to see and what they want to have into those policies. That will make them child friendly. And the other cry is that one of the problems is that the services in which we have here in Zimbabwe are not climate resilient. So the cry is that if all of the services, be it social services, education, nutrition, are made climate resilient, it will actually help us as the children to be able to have these, even if there's a disaster that has happened. And lastly, the issue of support. Support whereby we're saying for children like us to be change makers. The schools have got eco schools clubs, but they are not being taken seriously. The schools are doing some achievement and steps towards alleviating these climate change or environmental hazards, but they're not being taken seriously. So if the ministry, the government, the organizations, or the media institutions take into consideration these children and cover their stories and support them in whatever they are doing to spread the message, it will actually go a long way and be developmental to Zimbabwe, as the National Development Strategy stipulates that too.
How much impact do you think UNICEF has made on your understanding and even engagement with other stakeholders regarding climate change?
Thank you so much for that question. UNICEF has made great impact in terms of engagement with other stakeholders and also achievements in the society. The reason why we are so informed about these issues about climate change is because we have not only been talking from a layman's perspective, whereby we just say climate change is bad because of this and that. We've been going on the ground, doing field trips, and also finding information firsthand from the people who are in areas in which we visited. And you find out that stakeholders like also reporters and journalists and also other non-governmental organizations have been invited for us to cooperate in terms of curbing these issues. So the impact is huge, because we have been going deep into the society and also finding out about how best we can put these messages across in all platforms and spheres.